Alrighty, guys, we're back for Dragonstorm Red Deck Wins, and this is a Dragonstorm Standard Brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some Ranked. We got 4 Stadium Headliners. This is a 1 red mana 1/1 with Mobilize 1. So that means whenever this creature attacks, you create a tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior creature token, sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Okay, cool. Also on this card, for 1 and a red, sacrifice this creature. It deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature. That should come in handy. And we also have 3 Fleeting Effigies. This is a 1 red mana 2/2 with haste. At the beginning of your end step, return this creature to its owner's hand. It gives us a little note there. Return it only if it's on the battlefield. Okay. Also on this card, for 2 and a red, this creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Awesome stuff. Well, why would we even want this in here, right? Well, recasting it while cards like Shocking Sharpshooter are on the board could be pretty good, right? This is a 2 mana 1/3 with reach. Whenever another creature you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to target opponent. Does that remind you of something? Yeah, Impact Tremors. All 4 of these making the cut as well. 2 mana enchantment. Whenever a creature you control enters, this enchantment deals 1 damage to each opponent. Awesome stuff. We have more mobilized cards in here too. All 4 Shock Brigades. 2 mana 1/3 with Menace. Okay, Menace does go a long way, honestly, and then it has that mobilize ability. So, yeah, cool. Now, we do have enough goblins in here for a Howlsquad Heavy top ability to come in handy, right? Other goblins you control have haste, but realistically, I didn't want to make this into a goblin build. Howlsquad Heavy's in here for that middle ability this time round. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. That token attacks this combat if able. When we have 8 abilities like Shocking Sharpshooter and Impact Tremors that care about creatures entering, I don't know, Howlsquad Heavy should really come in handy. Like I said, we do have enough goblins in here for the top ability to come in handy too. Shock Brigade's a goblin, Stadium Headliner's a goblin, and also Searslicer Goblin made the cut as a 1/of as well. Well, what else do we got in here, guys? We got 3 Monstrous Rage. That ought to do the thing, huh? We got 3 Burst Lightning as well. How about all 4 Phoenix Chick? Yeah, we're going wide. We care about attacking. I think Phoenix Chick is actually going to be excellent in here. Do you have ways to see more off the top with a couple Count on Lucks? Last time I played Count on Luck, I believe it was in Burn, and it really showed off. I think it'll do a thing in here as well. Top end of Ojer, Axonil, Deepest Might. Actually not going to take the time to go over it right now, but it should pair beautifully with Shocking Sharpshooter and Impact Tremors. 22 Mountains. I think it'll be enough. I hope so. I hope we don't end up flooding or anything, right? Got some honorable mentions over here, guys. Dragon Fodder almost made the cut. It could be a great budget trade out for something like Searslicer Goblin, for example. Ren's Resolve almost made the cut. Could be a great budget trade out for Count on Luck. Goblin Surprise almost made the cut. Could be a budget trade out for something like Howlsquad Heavy. I guess I could have made this a full budget deck list, huh? Squee almost made the cut, and Krenko almost made the cut too. It's like I said though, yeah, there's a lot of goblins, but I didn't want to turn it into a goblin build. Not yet, at least, right? Okay, guys, I do my dandiest to save the more in-depth discussion for the end of the video, so look forward to that. In the meantime, let's go ahead, take this into some Ranked, see how we do. Right into that first game. What am I expecting from the build? I'm expecting a little bit, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Opponent goes first. 1 mountain in our opener. Ah, man. Okay, we should probably mulligan. Okay, this is much better, huh? Send a mountain successfully. Yep. I'd say the mountain is the send for this hand. Spyglass Siren, okay. Well, a trade into the Phoenix Chick, or we could get the Fleeting Effigy down. Or they might not trade into the Phoenix Chick. I think I would accept that trade anyways, because they could boost it with the map token next turn, which, funny enough, is what the opponent looked at, so. Okay, Fairy Dream Thief. Wonder where they put the map token onto. They put it onto the Spyglass Siren. Okay, they find a Verge off of it. Another Burst Lightning. I'm not mad about that, but I think we're going to take the time to set up the Shocking Sharpshooter. We can start with the swing. All right. Sharpshooter comes down. Now the question is, does Sharpshooter survive? Which against Dimir, I don't know. That's something that Impact Tremors might survive against. I go for a swing with both of them. I think I'm gonna take it. If Sharpshooter goes down to a 1-2, there could be something. I'm gonna take it. It's just 2 damage. As much as I love to utilize reach, right? Kaito coming down for the turn. That's pretty scary. So we could have successfully blocked the Dream Thief. Well, maybe. We might have changed their line. Okay, well. We play all the creatures. Headliner doesn't have haste, so we want to get that ready for next turn. It's still a good swing. We probably hit face with the Burst Lightning, but I'll probably wait for their turn. Do we go all to face, or do we go 4 to Kaito? All to face probably, right? Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I think a big part of this game is actually if Sharpshooter can survive a couple extra turns, maybe. I'm pretty sure the Burst Lightning is going to hit face here. Hopefully that wasn't too greedy of a turn, but just hitting Kaito for 4 doesn't seem that great, does it? Okay, I'm going to take the 4. I guess, right? They'll have the -2 if they want to stun like Headliner, which would be a pretty good stun, I would say. Draw a card for each opponent who lost life. They'll probably go for that. Yeah, let's go no blocks. I think keeping Headliner around is much, much better while Sharpshooter's on the board too. Yeah, they're going to go Surveil, then draw, which is pretty darn good, man.
Your secrets didn't stay hidden for long.
Okay. Deep Cavern Bat. Right. So let's see what they take and then decide on the Burst Lightning. Since we have 2 Burst Lightning in hand, it's fine to see what they take. If they take the Fleeting Effigy, then I guess the Burst Lightning hitting the... Okay, they do just take one of the Burst Lightnings. So I guess we use the other one on the Deep Cavern Bat. Over face, right? Get this Burst Lightning back, which can then hit face. I mean, we're getting rid of a lifelink creature at that point. Or they could have a counterspell, which I guess that's an option, bro. I guess we're in danger. Oh, Impact Tremors is really good, though. Oh, buddy. That's a good draw. All 4 of them in here for a very good reason, huh? This is good. This is really good. They might go Deep Cavern Bat, block the Headliner, but that's not going to stop us from full swinging at face. We're at 11. We're not in direct danger next turn, hopefully, right? See where they block. Dream Thief into Headliner. They keep the bat around for a swing. There could be... Okay, we get them down to 3. Oh. And then the warrior sacrifices itself. So, okay. Okay, we could be in a lot of danger if they find a way to boost this bat. We go up to 4. We're down to 6. Probably Surveil on the Kaito. See what they can find here for the board state. I'm scared, guys. 5 mana. I doubt it's a deadly cover-up turn, right? Because we'd get Burst Lightning back. They'd tap out. Uh-oh, mana's bad news, man. Mana's bad news, really bad news. Well, I think, well, I guess we start with the mana, because I guess we don't know what kind of counterspell could be in their hand. They cut down the Sharpshooter before the Fleeting Effigy hits the board. They still got 4 mana. They go down to 3. Tidebinder is going to block the Impact Tremors. Oh no, guys. Oh no. Opponent's really doing the thing and doing it well. Kaito probably helping them significantly with that 0 ability. Surveil 2 being no joke. Now they got a blocker. And we don't. We don't have anything on this board to block. But yeah, we just have to hope that this Verge isn't removal. We have to hope that they're forced into a block on the ground. That way we don't die next turn. Wait. What's the Kaito at? I guess Kaito's gonna... No, it's a 3-4. It's a cut down. We can get around that. Yeah, it's a 4-2. Forcing a block on the ground. Down to 3. They have 5. Oh, that's right. They could go plus before combat. I was on the edge of my seat there, dude. We did the thing. We totally did the thing. The opponent just kind of had a lot there, huh? Phantom Interference number 1, huh? What did that hit again? Oh, that hit the Burst Lightning, stopping the kill on the Deep Cavern Bat, which I think is exactly what the opponent wanted us to do there, right? I would have just went Burst Lightning to their face. They still probably would have dropped that counter. The Deep Cavern Bat gaining them a good chunk of life that game too, right? I don't know, man. It kind of felt like we totally did the thing there. Hopefully I played it out well enough too. Felt decent. Let's keep the ball rolling. Only roll it into some victories. Yeah. Oh, guys, let me know what you think of Red Monk. or Monk Cat. I had a really hard time deciding what I wanted to do for the artwork for Dragonstorm. I thought like, oh, I could do Red Dragon, of course, right? But I don't know. I thought that would be too obvious. Okay. We can't complain about this other than the fact that the opponent goes first, so it could be a pretty slow hand depending on what we're up against. He's a brushland. Uh-oh. Hello. It's bunny rabbits. All right. I love bunny rabbits. All right, come on back, Fleeting Effigy, which we desperately need a nickname for. Valley Might Caller. Not another 1-drop. That's good news. It's also good news that both of these are brushland. Wow. Burst Lightning should honestly be saved for that Might Caller before it gets out of hand. But also just like setting up with Impact Tremors and everything seems pretty good too. Now we should keep the Burst Lightning open. Let's try to slip more damage through first with the Fleeting Effigy. Yeah, the setup for the turn would be great, but I think I'd set up maybe if we had the 3rd land in hand. I don't know if we should pass it back or just pop the Might Caller now. I'm gonna pass it back this time round. Usually, depending on the deck list, you just gotta get it out of there as soon as possible before they untap and draw and all that other stuff. Okay. All right, now we'll go for it. All right, it lands. It looks like they're missing mana. Oh no, opponent. Now we take the turn for some setup, huh? This is not how I like to win, so I hope you find your mana, opponent. Let's get a good bunny rabbit fight. They do have Phineas, but the brushland is super punishing for them, which is brutal, huh? I guess count on luck we could go for the setup. They drop another nice. Let's take the full turn for some setup here with a couple Shock Brigades. Both of them mobilized next turn is super deadly while the Impact Tremors is on the board too. So Yeah, oh hey, it's a brushland. Oh no. It's another brushland, but at least they found their third. And they're going wide here too, which is good news, but it took them too long to find the third, unfortunately. It's a little silly that it was another brushland too. All right, well, I guess we go for it. We go for the victory this turn, huh? With the Monstrous Rage and everything. Mobilize, see where they block. And then Monstrous Rage whatever they don't block. That ought to do it. I guess we could Monstrous Rage whatever they end up blocking too, but... So count on luck not doing anything this game, but that's because we went fast enough. I would say maybe like the last game where we entered that mid game, right? Maybe the count on luck would have been a little bit better there. Uh-oh, guys. Oh, okay. I see the opponent. The opponent is mousing over things now. I thought the opponent left the building for a second, but here's the blocks. They do double block the Fleeting Effigy. They don't know it's in hand, so it's still worthwhile calculating the blocks out. I'm going to try to take out a Brigade. And then, yeah, the one that they didn't block, we can just stack the Monstrous Rage on top of. And we'd worry about the order there if they had something like Lifelink on their board. GG opponent. It's too bad they missed the mana in time, because I think that could have been a pretty back and forth fight, honestly. Let's go. Let's keep the ball rolling. Also, I'll take the victories, man. They are very hard to come by. Holy cow. Just like in general. Usually every battle is an uphill battle. All right, opponent, what you bringing to the table, buddy? Ooh, we go first. Speaking of that mid game, huh? We're ready. We're ready. Let's get to the mid game. Let's try it. There's a lot to draw into here, man. I definitely don't mind a turn one headliner either. Yeah, we have a lot of one drops, a lot of two drops that we wouldn't mind seeing. More mana would be worst case scenario easily. Yeah, Monstrous Rage. That's perfect, dude. That's awesome. I guess their best block against these open mountains would be the 1/1 warrior. Because we wouldn't want to put a rage onto that. They don't know what's in our deck list, though. But they know their deck list. They're rocking Hired Claw over there. So they know Monstrous Rage. I think I'd still prefer trading into the Hired Claw, losing the roll on the warrior. Right? Like, the warrior sacrifices itself at the end. But Hired Claw will be gone. At that point, it's a 1-mana card for a 1-mana card. Oh, they decide just no blocks. I mean, yeah, we still do the thing, for sure. All right, that makes it a little easier to swing with the headliner. Hired Claw number 2, Mountain. They do swing. So next turn, even if we miss, setting up with Count on Luck should be okay, but going up against a fellow mono red player means this mid-game is not the best. They also got their Monstrous Rage, okay. Okay, it's mana. Eee. Okay. Okay, I'm afraid to swing, but I'm going to. I guess it's fine. They might just take it from the warrior too, so down to 12 potentially. Yeah, keeping both Hired Claws around. Yep. Very slow hand to keep against fellow mono red. Maybe Count on Luck will help us find some of our burn too for the Hired Claws, but we don't have a lot of burn packed in. And the burn that we do see, we realistically want to go face, so... Oh, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Ah, Witchstalker Frenzy. No, my one creature. All right, count on luck. What are we finding? Mountain. Mountain. Oh no. Okay, well maybe Axonil can block pretty well here. Maybe. Could be another Witchstalker Frenzy. I think we flooded. Top 11 cards, we saw 7 mountains. Oof. Okay, we're probably... Let's see, they got 2 open. Oh, it is going to be another Witchstalker Frenzy. Oh. Are we dead? We're not dead. We're down to 1. Oh my goodness. Hey, Burst Lightning. Hi. And a mountain. Wow. So you could only flip this back into Axonil if it's 4 or more non-combat damage. And unfortunately, if we kick this, we won't have enough mana to flip it back anyways. But I will gladly kick this since we have nothing else for the turn. And that's it. Now, Count on Luck does say you may play that card this turn, so we couldn't have held it open for their turn or anything fancy. That's a lot of mana, dude. But I'll tell you what, dropping down to 21 probably isn't an option. There's going to be too many games where we want to hit the 4th on 4 to play like 2 of our 2-drops out of our hand at the same time. Or like, yeah, there's so many scenarios like that. Or, for that matter, 3 on 3 to actually establish a Count on Luck or something too is actually pretty important. All right, good game, opponent. Did I drop it already? I don't know if I did. Ow, my face. Okay, next one. Onwards. Go, 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 go. We need more games. Go faster. Guys, while I have you here in the middle of the video, make sure you check out that description where we do have that Discord link as well as that Patreon link too if you're interested in joining either of those up or supporting the channel that way. And also, for the YouTube side of things, if you like the video, make sure you actually drop it a like. And if you enjoy the channel, then consider subscribing because it really does help out the channel. So thank you, thank you. All right, opponent goes first, unfortunately, but this is a better hand than the last one, right? Now I'm concerned about the mountains, though, but... concerned I'm going to draw 11 mountains. No, we should be fine to find our 3rd in no time. Monstrous Rage, that's a Sunbillow Verge. Let's see what the Sharpshooter can get done here. Okay, they open up the Verge, red mana. We do find our 3rd, easy peasy. Sharpshooter before combat because it affects combat, but we'll see what ends up happening to the headliner. The Get Lost isn't terrible, I suppose. At least we get some map tokens that we can spend our mana on. War Leader's Call, okay. Right. Let's establish, well, it's probably a good idea. All right, let's maximize damage, huh? Let's go Sharpshooter, Monstrous Rage on the Sharpshooter on the ground here. That's probably fine, right? Push as much damage while we have it. Is either that or establish the Howlsquad Heavy and then have a Hasty Brigade next turn. There we go. But I think just like double Sharpshooters makes more sense. Double War Leader's Call for the opponent. Similar concept, huh? So now Howlsquad Heavy. Pushing good damage through. I'm terrified of what the opponent's going to do at next turn, though, with the double War Leader's Call. Yeah, we might have a hasty Shock Brigade. United Battlefront. They find a Builder's Talent. Okay, that's a 2/6 wall. And they leave. Wait, did they miss on the... Wait, hold on. It's a new card that I might be blanking on. United Battlefront, 4 mana sorcery. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put up to 2 non-creature, non-land permanent cards. with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. 7 cards and they only hit a builder's talent? I wonder what... Huh? Oh, Urabrass Forge maybe with the War Leader's Call? Urabrass Forge, and then with Builder's Talent, that's also generating tokens, so probably Caretaker's Talent, right? This is a Boros tokens deck list, I bet, with United Battlefront as at the top end. It's kind of neat, but I really wish I could have seen more of the opponent's deck list there. And another match where we went fast enough where we weren't going into the mid game, so the count on luck kind of just chilling in our hand. Now, when we played it in Burn, it was one of those things where we pretty much always wanted to establish it, but that's kind of the nature of Burn because your hand just gets emptied so fast. It's a similar concept here, too, where our creatures are kind of the burn, and we empty the creatures onto the board. We still want to restock those, especially when the opponents might have a board wipe or something, too, so I still want to see Count on Luck do the thing today, but I don't know. All right. Good hand, right? I guess. As long as we see the third mountain again on time like we did last game. But there's a reason I have 22 in here instead of 21 or something. So, yeah, I think we'll be fine. Okay. He's a tap land. Burst Lightning. Get that stadium headliner down. Yeah, sometime soon, maybe next week or something, we'll throw some goblins together as well. This deck list really is close to goblins, but same concept as last game. I wonder if it's going to be another Get Lost on the headliner. All right, Sharpshooter lands. Maybe it's a Get Lost for the Sharpshooter. It is going to be a Get Lost for the Sharpshooter. Okay. Go, go, go. Come on, mana off the top. Mana off the top for so many reasons. Ugh, up the beanstalk. Ew. Alright. Speaking of board wipes, huh? Yeah, we're going to have to be ready for that. Impact Tremors. That also gets picked up by a Get Lost when it comes time. Wouldn't mind establishing some creatures here with the Shock Brigade, but I'd much rather just find the third, see if Howlsquad sticks around for the extra turn. Alright, we established the Impact Tremors. This is a pretty slow start versus Overlord Domain, or whatever we want to call these deck lists nowadays. Overlord of the Mistmoors. Uh-oh. Alright, those tokens block the headliner pretty well. There we go. We do find our third. It's good news. We just have to know that Heavy's gonna die next turn, but that doesn't mean that it's not still worthwhile, and also gets some removal out of the opponent's hand, too. As far as the headliner goes, is that worthwhile? They trade into it. They take an extra one from the Impact Tremors. The tokens are gone. I'm going to say it's worth it. And I would say it wouldn't be worth it if we had something like Monstrous Rage in hand, like ready for next turn. They might keep the other 2-1 around for a future block. They decide not to, though. Which probably means they don't plan on wiping the board next turn, especially now that it's just a Howlsquad Heavy, though, too. Alright, we'll see what we can pull off here. Mountain off the top, we might go right into Ojer Axonil. Because it'll be 4 from the Tremors. Then Howlsquad Heavy generates the Goblin. Like I said, though, we have to just think that this is gone for now. Still got 3 mana available. Still have 1 mana available to go back up to 12. And that 1 mana is nothing, actually. That's good news, right? It is a mountain. Maybe we go both Shock Brigades. Hit them down to 10. Then the full swing would bring him down to 6. Then down to 4, 2. That's a little bit better than the Axonil play, right? Because if they wipe the board, then we have Axonil next turn to potentially clean up the game too. Mobilize twice. Wait, down to 7. Wait, where did I miscount? Wait a minute, we got there. Where did I miscount? I miscounted twice there, dude. That was freaking sick, huh? All right. So there's going to be games against domain overlords where instead of like Overlord of the Mistmoors, it's the other overlord that gives them the everywhere land. And so this one open mana could have been removal for the Howlsquad Heavy, which also would have meant no haste for that turn too. So it really could have lined up much better for the opponent, and we got a little lucky that it didn't line up much better. All right, guys, I'd love to end on that high note, but the games are pretty fast. I say we go one more and win or lose. I'm relatively satisfied for what the deck list is trying to do here. Yeah, I think we showcased it pretty well overall. I'd have loved to get the Axonil down too to showcase the top end, but this is totally fine as well. All right. All right. We go first, but no one drop this time round. Double Monstrous Rage. I like everything else about this hand. Again, though, as long as we see the third mana, right? So, all right, we'll give it a shot. Yeah, with, depending on what they end up playing over here, mana-wise, we might start with Sharpshooter, but I'm pretty sure we start with Impact Tremors, because Sharpshooter activates the Tremors ability, not the other way around, right? But it depends what they play over there. We might decide that just establishing an enchantment's a little bit better. A little bit better than like letting a cut down pick up Sharpshooter right away. That type of thing, right? But if you let cut down take the Sharpshooter, then it's not going to take the Howlsquad Heavy. So that's the job for cut down number 2. He's a mountain. Okay, yeah, Sharpshooter's totally fine. Well, now it's like I said though. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, Sharpshooter activates the Tremor ability, but this also means that Sharpshooter won't be attacking next turn either because it doesn't have haste, so I guess there's a lot to think about there. Emberheart Challenger. Oh dear, I know one thing. I'm very happy that I went first. Save the Howlsquad Heavy. Let's get the Sharpshooter down. Let's get the Fleeting Effigy down. Let's go for this, man. All right. Mana off the top would actually be really good, right? Go Might of the Meek. They still got the mountain open. They do find another mountain if they want to lightning strike our Sharpshooter or something. Looks like that's what's going to happen. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, guys. Losing the Sharpshooter's pretty bad. Going down to 13 here. I mean, they definitely swing, right? That'd be weird. Okay, there they go. Another Monstrous Rage. I don't mind the triple Monstrous Rage, but I kind of mind it with the Fleeting Effigy. You know what I mean? So I guess we try to establish the Howlsquad Heavy. We get a couple more pings on the Impact Tremors. But then if they pop one of these, we might still have the other one that we can stack the Monstrous Rage on top of. Of course, stacking the Monstrous Rage isn't as good as plugging it wide. They do find another Lightning Strike for our Howlsquad Heavy. Guys, we're in so much danger. Oh dear. Oh, Howlsquad Heavy. Oh man. That's good, right? We don't have the victory this turn. Hold on, I'm thinking opponent. The double lightning strikes were brutal this game. Picking up our important creatures. but it wasn't hitting our face. That's important. If we go Howlsquad Heavy, we get 2 pings on the Tremors, and we can swing with 2 1/1 goblins. Get them down to 8, try to win next turn. Or we could keep this goblin back, right? Because it's just that token attacks this combat. We go Fleeting Effigy, ping them down to 11. We have 3 on the board down to 8. And then another 6 from spreading the Monstrous Rage wide down to 2. So it's better to set up and hope that we have blocks for next turn, right? And then try to win next turn. I hope that's okay. I hope so, man. But we're probably dead because if I have 3 Monstrous Rage, well, the opponent has 4 cards in hand as well. So we're probably going to be forced to block here. Oh, Slick Shot Show Off still have 2 cards in hand. Rockface Village can target a challenger if they're looking for more off the top. Swift Spear, they're going wide, bro. Oh, crap. Dude. There's definitely no choice here. We are forced to block because of fear of what's in their hand, right? I think we're gonna die. I think we're dead, guys. Let's see. If we're not dead, it's a happy day. But I think we're dead. And then there's gonna be the issue of, oh, they go shock to our face. That should do it. That should be 7. That is 7. Aw, man. That could have gone either way easily. So unfortunately, in today's games, we had a 100% loss rate versus fellow mono red players, right? I think so. I think every mono red that we saw, we lost to. So that's definitely something to think about when we go over the deck list here. All right, Dragonstorm, red deck wins. When I put it together, the idea was to play with as many new red cards as possible while still like making the deck list sustainable, right? Like actually making it work too. But then also, this was very important. I did not want to go mice at all. And if we went mice, there would only be like 1 new card from the new set packed in. And even then, it would be a questionable pick maybe, because mice is just so well established. And it's actually like Rockface Village red is what I've been calling it, right? Because it's rocking the lizards too. But guys, here's the deck list again. What did you think? This was an interesting one. Kind of back and forth on the mana. I wouldn't mind 23 mana in here, actually. The flood that one game, that's just Magic the Gathering. It's just going to happen sometimes, you know? Even at 23, you're not even going to flood that bad sometimes. Like, that was a pretty bad flood. And at 23, you're not going to be sweating as much as I was to find the 3rd when you need it on time, or the 4th. Like, the 4th mana in that last game actually could have been terrific and potentially, I don't know if it would have actually pushed the victory towards us, but we would have had open mana 1 turn for like a Monstrous Rage or something. So yeah, I mean, honestly, if we found the 4th in that last game, there's a real chance that we could have pulled that one through. A very, very small goblin theme, but remember, I did not want to go goblins this time either. So mono red goblins coming at some point, and then Boros goblins looks like it could be fun too. There's so much to visit from this new set, guys. Also, I thought about like mono red dragons because it's Dragonstorm, but every time a new set comes out, I always visit red deck wins, right? Just mono red aggro in its purest form. So going mono red dragons, I mean, that's going to look mid-range, right? Like, I don't think we're going to be able to pull off mono red aggro dragons. So anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit about like why I landed on this deck list and like going wide. And you look at these going wide deck lists with Sharpshooter and Impact Tremors, and you're just like, yeah, but why not Boros at that point, right? And in this deck list in particular, why not Boros just comes down to, look at all these 1 mana 1-drops that we'd love to just spam out of our hand every single turn. That's going to be very hard and very greedy if you're doing that in Boros. I mean, Boros is just going to look completely different at that point. Also, you can't play cards like Count on Luck with the triple red and the casting cost too. Which it's just too bad that we didn't get to see Count on Luck do the thing today. More and more games have been going on longer because everyone's playing around the mice. And so there's like so much removal all the time and early board wipes and board wipes in general. So like the games are just kind of extending into the mid game. So Count on Luck's trying to help us bridge that gap a little bit. I actually really like it, man, but I wouldn't go up any. And if I went down any, then you better add something that lets you see more off the top, like that Ren's Resolve that made the cut as an honorable mention, right? So, all right. What else is there to say, man? Yeah, Shocking Sharpshooter. Having the same ability as Impact Tremors, this is so fun to me, dude. I love this. And the Reach. I do think the Reach really comes in handy. There's still a lot of deep cavern bats, man. So, just being a 1/3 with Reach, it's kind of no joke. I like this a lot. It has a huge target on its back, though, because even Impact Tremors has a huge target on its back, but it's a little harder to hit being an enchantment. But, you know, Get Lost is in every other game, too. So that's another reason against Count on Luck, because Get Lost does pick it up. At least Get Lost gives you map tokens, though. There were a couple games there where I had extra map tokens. There could have potentially been times where I should have popped some of those map tokens instead of playing stuff from hand, but probably not. Really depends. They're eventually going to come in handy, but yeah. Searslicer Goblin as a 1/of feels weird, but like when you're looking at the deck list, there's so much packed in here, dude. Like, holy cow, how would we ever fit more Searslicer Goblins? I think the answer to that is when we fit more Searslicer Goblins, it's going to be the Goblin deck list. And when we do that too, we're probably not looking at this go wide ping strategy with the Axonil, Sharpshooter, and Tremors. We just go pure Goblins, boost those Goblins, and be happy about it type of thing, you know? Phoenix Chick. You know, if we would have seen more Phoenix Chick today, I bet we would have won more. No, Phoenix Chick is decent, and even though, yeah, Flying Haste can't block. First of all, it needs that can't block there because Flying Haste 1/1 is just actually pretty decent. It needs some kind of downfall, especially since it has that bottom ability tacked onto it too. Whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, you can pay a double red. If you do, return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped and attacking. So 3 or more creatures have to attack, and then this ability activates, right? It's not if you have 3 or more attacking creatures. So something about Phoenix Chick that I didn't mention at the beginning of the video was the mobilize ability is whenever this creature attacks, you're creating the tapped and attacking warrior already. It's not like the warrior's coming in then tapping and attacking, right? So it's already on the board attacking. So I'm pretty sure to count it towards the 3, it would have already had to have been on the board and swinging, not generated from the mobilize, right? So that being said, it's still not going to be unheard of to do the bottom ability, and Phoenix Chick is realistically just in here as that extra cheap creature that loves to attack every single turn. And so what's important about the Phoenix Chick too is that it actually has some evasion packed onto it as well. So yeah, even though the warriors don't count towards bringing Phoenix Chick back, it doesn't matter, and I'm not counting it as like anti-synergy for the deck list or anything. Oh, also, plugging a Monstrous Rage onto Phoenix Chick is always pretty fun too. Because then at that point too, like you just have the Monstrous roll left over on the Phoenix Chick after the fact. Now it's a 2/2 Flying Haste. I'm down. Oh, Trample too at that point. Fleeting Effigy actually really liked this today, but I don't think I'd have 4 of them, although the 4th is pretty tempting. What would you drop though? You really don't want to get rid of a Burst Lightning. We don't have a lot of burn already. If we had more burn packed in, maybe we could have survived a little bit longer against those fellow mono red players, right? So yeah, I wouldn't drop the Burst Lightning, but it would also feel a little weird dropping the Monstrous Rage, but we kind of saw how in that last game we were struggling to actually play any of the Monstrous Rage anyways. That being said, it's usually going to come in handy, and even now it feels a little weird only having 3 of these too, so it really depends what you're seeing in the meta. Overall, with the budget trade-outs that I talked about in the honorable mentions and everything too, what about like putting this on the do not craft list? Yeah, because put everything on the do not craft list for the first couple weeks of any given set, guys, because you don't want to craft a deck list and then the meta settles on the exact opposite side of the deck list that you crafted, that would just be heartbreaking, right? Outside of that, I will say this, right? Stadium Headliner was the first card that I crafted from the set. I actually pulled 2 of them from the pre-order packs, and I immediately crafted the other 2 because it's going to be an awesome 1-drop to try out in a whole bunch of different places. So it was worth the craft for me, but it really depends what you're playing, man. Like, is it going to make the cut in Goblins? I'm going to try to squeeze it into Goblins, but is it going to make the cut? Maybe. Is it going to make the cut in Go Wide like this? Sure, but is Mono Red Go Wide even going to be a thing? Who knows? What about Boros Go Wide? Is it going to make the cut? Probably. So many questions up in the air, guys, whatever a new set comes out. So I'd say put everything on the do not craft list, but I'll tell you what, if you already got a lot of the cards, or if you have all the cards, this could be a really fun mono red if you're looking for something a little bit fresh. Maybe you're sick of playing mice as well. There's the thing, right? I'm not sick of playing mice. I'm sick of seeing the mice. I know that. I'm with everybody else at that point. It's the Monstrous Rage and the mice, and it's almost every other game sometimes. So just putting together something a little bit more fun. I hope you guys appreciate that. All right, guys, let me know in the comments, did you enjoy this? How's your Dragonstorm release going so far too? Let me know. Okay, guys, I think that's everything. Enough rambling, huh? Oh, Howlsquad Heavy, did I go over this? Crap. Oh, not having the whole max speed. Don't even worry about it, man. Don't even worry about the start your engines and the max speed in here. But I will say, in those matches, we did play around the top other goblins you control have haste ability a few times, where we would have preferred getting heavy down before trying the Shock Brigades. And then it actually came in handy for that victory against the Overlords too, where we had Howlsquad Heavy survive the turn by some miracle, right? And then Shock Brigade came down. We dropped 2 of them. Both of them had haste. We got the swing. Mobilize came in. We were just pinging the opponent's life. So definitely worthwhile there for sure. Okay, guys, now I think that's everything. Okay, I will see you in the next video.